But the point is, as a big guard who doesn't shoot three-pointers well, what's Ben Simmons' incentive, and honestly, I think there is none, I'm answering myself before I pose the question, to develop into a great shooter? There isn't. They already paid him the max, right? They're already telling him what you do is good enough. And so we're going to give you this 5-year, $170 million extension, which now they can't take back, obviously.
No.
What's incentivizing him to become more than he already is?
Hopefully to be a champion. And he should realize that if he expands his game, that will really propel them to a level that they're not at now.
I mean,
that should be the answer.
He has a real mental block, I think. I don't know if if he doesn't want to work on it. I bet he does work on it.
I don't think that's it, Teak. I think he loves the game.
I do. No.
I don't think it's a work.
It's not a work.
I don't think it's a work ethic thing. I really don't.
I think he works his butt off.
Yep.
But you see it in games. I've been to a couple of 76ers games because Berkowitz is a big fan.
Yep.
And you go watch him in person, you can see him contemplating this shot, and he's like, nah, I forget, I'm going to go to the rim. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to pass. And so there's a mental thing, whereas great shooters, even no matter how much they practice or don't, they're taking a shot, right? Whether it's right or not, they're finding a way to take the shot.
That's right.
He doesn't have that mentally.
He doesn't.
Yet.
No.
He's still young. He's only 20.
I don't even know if he knows what hand he wants to shoot with. That's pretty good starting point.
That's another good point.
Are you a lefty or are you a righty?
He's both. He's ambidextrous.
Really, he's neither.
True.
I mean, if you think
From a
about it,
standpoint, he's neither.
Around the rim, he's both, which is a great skill to have. But I bring up the pitcher and the ability to develop a secondary shot because a secondary pitch. Pardon me. I do think that that's possible. I've often said if you're slow, you'll never be fast.
True.
Bottom line.
Fast twitch, slow twitch.
Exactly. And if you're not. If you're an incredibly inefficient three-point shooter, because to me, that ties into something that you're born with. And I believe, now again, you can go from okay to good. I don't believe with certain athletic traits, you can go from horrendous to efficient. I don't believe that. Because when you look at the ability to shoot a basketball, it's not just catch it, elbow in mechanically. It's depth perception. It's natural traits. So you talk about quick twitch. You and I get on a track, you'd beat me by 30 feet. First of all, you'd have to pick me up with a spatula because I definitely get hurt again. I guaranteed I'd get hurt, and I guarantee you'd beat me. Naturally quick twitch, naturally slow. All right, and I believe that some people are just naturally good shooters because the rim, correlating with their eyes and their depth perception is a natural gift from God.
True.
And I don't believe that Giannis has that. I don't.
There is a recent example.
Let's see it.
Is Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez took 7 total three-pointers in his first 6
Doesn't mean he was bad at it. Doesn't mean he was bad at it.
True.
He just didn't do it.
He made none of them.
But he doesn't mean he was bad at it.
He eventually grew to 10%. But over the last 4 years, I believe, he's turned into a pretty respectable three-point shooter. He makes 36% or so he made this year for the Bucks. And it's why it's one of the reasons that they became Giannis is MVP. Because now you have this big dude who you got to bring, your big man out to guard, and you got all this spacing for Giannis to run the lane. So, it's possible. I just don't know how probable it is if mechanically you're not right. And I don't know if Giannis has the mechanics to do it. We'll see.
Here's the one thing about Brook Lopez, and I'm going to go back to my statement about depth perception while it's further back. Brook Lopez is a career 80% free throw shooter.
It's a good point.
So, you want to take somebody
interesting tells. It's interesting.
Sure. I believe it's a release point. Doubt. It's just a familiarity, a relationship, eyeball to cylinder. These are all just naturally intertwined. I don't believe it's an accident that, if Wilt Chamberlain was coming up today, Wilt Chamberlain would be a horrendous free throw shooter like he was.
Unless he shot underhand like he did in the game where he scored 100.
In Hershey, PA. True. And he would be a horrendous or a complete non-entity as a three-point shooter.
Yeah.
However, if Hakeem Olajuwon was coming up today, or Patrick Ewing was coming up today, or David Robinson was coming up today.
Didn't we ask Pat this if he could have developed this?
Yeah, we asked him. He may have been humble. He deflected, but coming from somebody who watched him his whole career, and he wasn't necessarily the most clutch free throw shooter, but Pat was never 66%. Pat was comfortably in the 70s.
Yeah.
He was fine. He would have been adept, at least enough of a threat. And by the way, let's not overstate what Brook Lopez is. Brook Lopez, the last 3 years, even though that's really why he got the $50 million from the Bucks, because he's still 35%.
I know.
Which is below average.
Of course it is.
So just because he went from a 0
but he's a
to
center. Like, he's like an actual center. You know?
Yeah, I know. But maybe I have maybe I'm placing too much of a definitive limitation on not so much the human spirit, the capabilities of the physical attributes of athletes, of humans. I just believe if you're terrible at something, I don't believe you will become great at it. I don't care how hard you work. If you just have whatever sort of block, whether it's anatomy, whether it's science, academically, you will. True. You might pass.
Good point.
You'll work your ass off to get a 77. You're not banging out an 800 on the SATs and math.
It doesn't register.
You're not doing it.
Yeah,
it's not natural.
It's hard to compute. It doesn't work in your mind. But
exactly.
Here's the thing with the Bucks. Really with Giannis, they don't need him to be a 40% three-point shooter or KD-esque. He doesn't need to be that. He just has to be capable. Right? Just be able to, if you're going to leave me wide open because you like to sink back and guard against me getting to the rim, then I'm going to take this shot. I'm going to knock down, 32 or 33% of them. He has to be capable. Right now, he's incapable of shooting from range, and that's what bogs him down. I mean, honestly, in today's NBA, it's really amazing that he won the MVP.
I know.
It really is.
Yeah, it's counterintuitive to what we say and to what we think, really.
Right, because his
skill set.
He's old school. His skill set is old school.
I know.
It's obviously significantly more athletic than old school big men were back in the day.
Basically than anybody in the history of the game, maybe you can say.
Yeah, you're right.
When you think about it.
That's a good point. But
Young Shaq,
he mostly scores at the rim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You win the MVP by scoring 80% of your shots at the rim. That's unbelievable, actually.
It's crazy. I mean,
it's a credit to him also.
It is. And, but I'm fearful for the Bucks. Like, all right, so they lose Brogdon, all right? Middleton had some horrendous games in big moments. Like, eventually, if you're the MVP and you are truly the best player or among the top 2 or 3 in the NBA, I don't think that your roster can always be built out to cover up your deficiencies.
Yeah.
I think your skill set must cover up the deficiencies of the guys that you're playing with.
Yeah, when you're the star.
When you're the star.
Yeah, it should be.
Not like I need A, B, and C for me to be the MVP. No. Where's the basketball?
Yeah.
Where's the court?
Yeah.
I'll just go play and I'll be the MVP.
Yeah.
And everybody will feed off of my natural talents or whatever talents I might possess. So it's interesting, 2 of the young Ben Simmons is a level or 2 for sure below Giannis, but I mean, sitting here, whatever the date is, middle of July, he's never going to be a good shooter. Take it to the bank.
Yeah.
He might have like one statistical anomaly where we look back at basketballreference.com in the year 2040. Wow, Ben Simmons shot 33% one year. That was actually okay. That'll be the uptick.
Yeah.
He's not going to get there. It's not going to be like this slow increment. It's not happening.
I don't see him.
You can tell.
Because I don't see him wanting to do it. I think he wants to just be the facilitator. I want to score at the rim. I want to play center when we go small. Right, because he can. You basically have a ball handling center when you go small, and that's it. That's what he's going to be. I don't see the desire for him to be a capable and great 3-point shooter. I don't know if Giannis, to switch to him, should be. All he's got to do is find a jump shot. Right, just find it somewhere in the mid range and get better at your free throws. He doesn't have to shoot 10 3-pointers a game. If he shoots 2, I think that's good. In enough that you respect him, then he'll be fine. Ben Simmons,
if he takes 2 and he hits 1, because he's got to hit some.
It's 50%.
But that's not going to happen.
I mean,
I think a better night. I can even live with him taking 3.
Yeah.
But you got to hit at least 1.
Yeah.
You got to be hovering in the 33s, the low 30s.
Well,
you have to.
It's the same thing with Dirk, right?
Every series.
Like we assume, we put this great 3-point. Dirk wasn't a great 3-point shooter.
No, but Dirk
he only shot 3 a game.
He also came up in the 90s,
True.
man. I mean, late night when it was totally different. He had that little step back where the mid range was not viewed as a poor, analytics decision. Yeah. He had that little 1-foot fadeaway. I'm going to bang it in your grill. You can't stop me. And we were like, this is one of the most unique shots in the history of the NBA.
Yeah,
Dirk's little step back.
Yeah.
If somebody comes in doing that now, I don't know if they try to change him, but they would certainly try to expand them.
Yeah.
And Dallas wasn't motivated to because the league wasn't going there yet.
It wasn't going there yet, and he was so damn good at it.
He was awesome.
He was like, if you're going to get close to me, I'm kicking you, and then I'm knocking down the shot, too.
He was so good.
He had the knee up, and he was great.
I loved Dirk's a guy who had a show to the entire NBA because he got pushed around. Remember when LeBron and Wade were laughing at him when he was coughing? He had to. He had to earn respect. Where he went to where he started to where he finished is nothing short of remarkable.
No doubt.
One of the greatest players of all time,
There's
for sure.
No doubt.